Welcome everyone to our first ever Gracegate YouTube church. For those who don't know what this is all about, today is our very first time that you can be sitting anywhere, either in Auckland. You could actually be seated in Gracegate Church right now. You could be any place around the world, and today we are going to experience church life all together. Some of you could be lying on the beach right now with your smartphone in your hand. Wherever you are, welcome to church, and we're excited to actually just take a moment and sort of recap what God has been up to in 2016. For those who don't know much about Gracegate, maybe this is your first time, maybe you've just been browsing the internet and all of a sudden you've come to this YouTube channel and you see this video. Gracegate is a church that exists on the North Shore of Auckland, and today it's the last day of 2016. So we thought it would be a good idea to just have a whole video type of movie thing where we just share about what God has been up to amongst all of our lives in 2016. So sit back, relax, and let's have a recap and see what God has been up to in 2016.
Hey, so I'm Zalia.
Ben.
Eliane and Brennan.
Deanne.
James.
Spark, to me, is a group of people of different ages, although it feels like we're all the same age. We just get together Wednesdays, we even hang out like Saturdays after church, go to cafes and just chill out and make each other's lives better.
We went on a Spark getaway to Raglan, which was really cool. A whole bunch of us, I can't remember how many there were. There must have been about 15 or even 20 in total, which was really cool. Took a bunch of tents. We had a lad's tent, which was very full. Very conveniently chose to sleep the other side of the tent to Kenny. Yeah, that was a strategic decision. We didn't do much in the way of planned activities. We just kind of hung out and had a really cool time. A lot of cafe trips, a lot of hanging out at the beach. I remember on the last night we were there, we went to the beach, took the guitar in the middle of the night, like it must have been 11 o'clock at night, and the moon was out and we were just sitting on the beach and we were just playing guitar, singing songs, sharing stuff. Really cool vibe. That's one of the things I actually love about the Spark Getaways in general, is how you get to know people really well on a level that you don't necessarily get to know them just by seeing them every Wednesday at Spark or every Saturday at church or whatever.
When we went to that abandoned house and then wrote all over the walls, and there was just like chill music and candles, and like you could really feel that God was there. That was I think Spark's been just that sort of constant, that thing that you know what's happening every week. You know that there's always going to be people there for you and people for you to be there for as well. Yeah, it's just a constant thing.
The one in November, it was awesome. We were there for 4 days in total, 3 nights. Stayed at Sophie's family batch. Thanks so much, Soph. It was awesome. You're a legend. Yeah, it was really cool time. Again, not very structured and planned, which really worked well, I think. We did a lot of cafe trips, we did a lot of beach trips, a lot of walks, a lot of photography trips, a lot of just general hanging out, kicking a ball around, jigsaw puzzles, which was an unexpected turn of events, but it was a lot of fun anyway.
We went to surf camp. So it's where a group of us, like teenagers, go to a beach and surf.
It was really good. It was fun, like meeting new people and making better friendships with people that I didn't know very well. It was fun surfing for the first time. It was scary surfing for the first time because you never know when you're going to get eaten by a shark. But it was a really good experience.
It was just a lot of fun, and like we could be ourselves. That was fun, meeting new people, and also like surfing. That's really what made it fun also.
It was
pretty great. We did lots of fun stuff and had some pretty deep talks. We did lots of activity sort of thingies. We didn't get to sit down because considering our group of youth that wouldn't work very well. It was at fuel camp and we'd been talking about using your time. We all had some pretty deep wow moments during it.
I would say watching Damien running around shirtless without stopping at his head, scraping about an egg on his head. It would be the talk we had on purpose. All of the stuff that we talked about and all of the deep and meaningful conversations that we had. We talked about that everything had a purpose. That you have a purpose. There was a path that God has set for you and you're not going to go off that no matter what.
Every time it's new experiences and it's cool to come back and see everybody, like especially if they don't come to church or you don't really see them because they don't go to your school or you don't really keep in touch. It's nice to see them again and it's really fun to do new activities every week and like going to laser balls or going ice skating or even just playing games in the gym. It's really fun and they always make it fun.
Probably when we had a Nerf battle. It was really fun and I got shot quite a couple of times. It feels nice to come back and it's actually something that I find fun and I can enjoy my every second Friday.
It's just fun to meet up with friends and family. When did we have that massive bonfire? So the fuel wasn't lighting, that was poured on the crates. So I took out my t-shirt and I put it there and then just went up in flames. It was awesome. It's always different, it's very crazy.
Well, looking at the last year, Radiate is growing hugely, which is super exciting. So the year before last, we had Fuel and Radiate combined, and then it grew so big we got to split it and we got to focus just on that younger age group. I think that Radiate is the group with the most energy at church, and it's crazy every Friday. They're super hypo. They're just full of energy and they get excited about everything, which is something I absolutely love. We made an Angry Birds game where we made our own slingshots and shot down boxes, and that was loads of fun. We also made these little chariots out of blankets and helmets where we dragged the kids around the gym, and that was loads of fun as well. But the highlight I think would be on camp this year. We made a mudslide. We destroyed the grass, we got covered in mud, and I was pulling it out of my ears for days, but the kids just got so into it and it was awesome.
It helped us to bond with our children, how learn how to bond with them, how to mature a bit more, how to still be able to have fun, or not have fun, but know that we can do fun things even with our children.
I think from the start, just learning my way around what I can and cannot do with them, or say, how involved I can be in their lives, or how not. There's been a lot of sessions where they've had a godly impact. Andy Stanley, a few of his sessions where it talks about getting them to think about their future and where they really want to be. That's been really great to have, that tool.
Yeah, I think the beauty day was for me as well. I didn't do makeup one day and stuff, but I went go-karting with Jordan and Rob. It was awesome.
It brings like a different feel, like your whole life, it just changes, like you feel more positive because you're surrounded by the right group of people and you just think positive and everything it's just clearer, I guess.
Next year, let the next group know about where over half of the group that I have had in the past, where they're at and where they have gone, been through this course, and also the love they have for their children as well, and the changes they have made that have benefited their children and their love for their children.
So a couple of us arrived a little late. We kind of got there just in time for the fireworks and a hot drink. It was great. It was really nice to just kind of hang out with everyone and watch fireworks and dance and sing old songs and just go crazy. It was great. It was like nightclubbing, but at church.
Women's Life group is kind of mostly about just catching up and sharing. They do some studies which have been they've been going through some Charlotte Gamble things, and I think prior to that they've done some Andy Stanley. So just you'll catch up, see how life's going for the other people, and get to share what the highs and the lows of other people's kind of day-to-day stuff that's going on in their lives are, and get into the Word a bit. We've had a few dinners out, which has been pretty nice as well, and it's a pretty relaxed way to spend an hour or two on a Tuesday afternoon.
Thrive is, I guess I would like to describe it as a community. So it's not just about the classes, but it's about this group of people that want to get fit and want to have fun and meet other people that also want those same things. And we just, we have a lot of fun. I tell them every day fitness is fun, to try and like brainwash them. This year I've seen it as the most awesome way to create, I guess, like this little friend group. We've got this random bunch of people, a mixture of ages from like 13 all the way through to 60-ish. And you just see, ages mix and different people from different walks of life interact and make connections.
It's good fun, good exercise, and a good part of the week. A few weeks back we had a big volleyball game. Sometimes on Wednesdays we have a bit more, that sort of active sport kind of stuff. We had heaps of people join us, and it was pretty cool. Good fun.
I have two favourite memories from Thrive. Okay, so the first one is actually our Thrive Expo, which we just decided to do at the beginning of last year. Not many people knew that we were doing Thrive and running these free fitness classes, and we thought, hey, why don't we do an expo day so people kind of come and see what it's all about. And we did weird challenges, we had the inflatables up, we had healthy food. It was just a super fun outdoorsy day. The other thing that I loved was recently in our fitness classes we kind of invented this game using one of the inflatables, and it's a mixture of dodgeball and I don't even know what else. Inflatable like wrestling and sprinting, and there's always the old burpees and the wall sits and push-ups thrown in just to keep it interesting. But it's just this crazy fun game, and all these guys that come along get so competitive and they love it. They keep asking for it. So it's just those kind of fun, crazy times that are the best memories.
We go to Gracegate! We do lots of cool activities like circus skills, aerials, drama, music. Help me out here. They make, like when you learn something, they make it in a fun way, and there's heaps of people there.
It was fun. There's a lot of kids, so it's very, very loud. But no, it's cool just like looking after them and teaching them how to do new stuff and then seeing it all come together at the end. It's cool.
So every Tuesday afternoon I have about 20 kids come, and we spend a couple hours
doing dance class. So we do really fun dances. Every week I try and change it up. We do dance themed games, as well as the kids get to work on some of their own moves and express themselves creatively. And I teach them a little bit of technique and try and encompass different styles like ballet or jazz or hip hop, or sometimes cultural styles.
Which is Silk, Lara and with Bria with her. My most memorable moment is the first time I ever was on the Lara or the Silks. It was so fun, and it's been my dream to be on those things.
When I do arts and crafts with the little kids, I was just drawing like a whole heap of random stuff in a page, and they were like, "Oh, that's so cool," and tried to copy me, and then I got about 6 cards with a replica of the thing I had already drawn, which is quite cute, and they're all on my pinboard at home.
My favourite memory from Salt is that we have this game that we play, and it's called Fruit Salad. But at the end, it always ends in a fruit salad dance battle. So the kids are on opposite sides of the auditorium, and I usually play like a crazy, cool, upbeat song. And when I call their fruit, because they're each a different kind of fruit, when I call their fruit, then they run into the middle and they have like a 5-second crazy dance battle with each other. They come up with the coolest moves, and I see so much passion and energy and attitude and character come out of them. And it's just super exciting, and I'm always laughing and hysterics. But yeah, I love that.
We organised at the beginning of this year a trip down the Wanganui River, something that I had really enjoyed doing the previous year and wanted to share it with many more people.
Mate, it was awesome. It was probably it was an event that I'll never forget. Some new people, new friends, and it was awesome.
Well, the experience was good. Everyone was keen to do it, but there were some that were more keen than others. It was interesting to see how things developed along the way. Some of them started off really apprehensive. You could see it in their eyes, you could see it in their body language. But by the time they got to the end of the trip, 3 days later, they were turning around and saying, "I'd like to do this again."
Just mixing and mingling with people that you don't usually talk to at church and hang out with as much. And to me, stepping out of my comfort zone and going 4 days full on in a canoe, going taller in the blimmin' long drops, it just, you open up the door and it's either you don't go and feel like thingy for the rest of your day, and it's not really pretty, so you're just going to have to hack it. That was definitely a moment which...
But one experience I really enjoyed was watching 2 people in a canoe. Well, we thought they were in the canoe. We couldn't see the canoe, but they were still paddling down the river. Yes, Robin, Shay. They headed off to a gravelly beach. We managed to get the canoe out, drain it, put them back in.
We're sleeping, and then you've got Jordan, you've got Warren, and you've got Robin, and I just happen to be on that side of the tent where they all are. It starts to rain, okay, you get drips onto your face and stuff like that. Yeah, I can hack that. But when you've got 3 constant snorers that is just by you, plus you have the rain dropping on your face, it's that, and also my first time needing to go taller. That would have been the memories that I can remember the most of it. I can remember heaps more cool memories, but those memories stand out. When Wayne dropped his biltong on the river, I don't know why he decided to take biltong in his pouch, because there was just happened to be the last leg. 90% of people that go through that part of the river always capsize or always fall out of the boat, and Wayne happened to lose his biltong, and I thought that was quite funny.
We went to Fiji this year, and it was amazing.
Yes,
Best
it
trip
was.
ever in my life.
Incredible.
Every single volunteering trip at Gracegate is just amazing.
Fiji reminded me a lot of home on its ruralness and bush and the people where they can get by with very little to nothing. And also to see the kids who can entertain themselves without any electronic device in front of them and just play as kids would play.
So I had been on a rebuilding a sort of classroom trip previously to Vanuatu. I actually didn't have any expectations. I sort of just had I knew that it was going to be a bit of carnage everywhere. There'd be little people running around and everyone would be stoked to have you there. But when I turned up and the team turned up, it was like immediately felt a love, bit by bit. You just sort of like became really close to these people. When we left, it wasn't a leaving someone that you'd known for 2 weeks. It kind of felt like you were leaving a bit of yourself there. That sounds like cliche and dumb, but it seriously was.
Everything, the people, that was the most like touching part of it.
Yeah.
I still kind of feel a little bit like
Sad.
yeah, like my heart kind of gets like "Ah!" when I talk about it, because it was just amazing experience being with people from Gracegate. You know, they're family now. They'll be family, and yeah, meeting everyone in Fiji
And
all the kids
just the team that we
yeah.
did as well.
Yeah.
The teamwork we did, and building and swimming or like doing activities.
Fond memories. Okay, so there was this little kid. He told us his name was, and he said his name was Jimmy, but it was actually Timmy. But anyway, we were calling this little kid Jimmy. He was just a laugh, and then we had the river. Some of the older kids really sort of cottoned on to sort of different people in the team, and you know, at the end of it, saying goodbye to those ones that you were sort of had grown accustomed to seeing and maybe hovering around you a bit. That was pretty tough to say goodbye. But yeah, just the fact that you felt like you were part of that community, like legit part of the community, you know. I could have stayed there.
Not having to wear seatbelts in the car. That was great. Swimming in the river to go bath and bath like 10 days, that was great. Just go back to natural, neutral, no electronics, very little reliance on Wi-Fi and things like that. That was cool.
We said at the same time. The waterfall! That was amazing!
Oh, it was breathtaking. I was actually thinking about this like the other day.
Oh, it was just like, it's something that you can't describe. Like,
No.
and then also going with the people that we were staying with at the school, going with them to this waterfall. So it was so cool, like seeing this untouched waterfall. Like, there's not even photos on Google.
And the even cooler part was how the people who actually stayed at the village of the waterfall would go with us, and how they would like talk to the waterfall, like they would shout at the waterfall, and the waterfall like.
And we like walked through the waterfall, and the water was like raining on us, and then we jumped off into the really cold water.
It was so refreshing after like 45 minutes.
Yeah, and it was so blue and so green. It was incredible. It's like something you can't capture on camera.
can expect to have people there to pick you up when you're feeling down.
You can expect happiness.
Absolute craziness.
Friendly people with kind hearts, and there's nice food.
Community of extremely accepting and non-judgmental people who will accept you for who you are.
We're not going to kick you out because you don't think the same things we think.
Not formal church, they don't come expecting to have a traditional 3 hymns and a message. That's not going to happen.
A lot of talking, like a lot. As soon as you walk in, boom, they're there and they're like, hey, I'm Kavya, hey, I'm Jamie, hey, I'm Jordan. And it is crazy, but it's great because it automatically makes you feel welcome and like a part of something. It's cool.
I think you could expect real enthusiasm, like real...
It's like a family, like you walk in and everyone's very welcoming and you feel comfortable and you just want to come back.
They can expect to have fun. They can expect to do like something to do with performing arts.
There's generally a lot of laughter and loud noise, but overall it's just a really accepting place.
Mind blown. If you've just been sitting and you've seen and you've experienced, you've heard, you've understood a bit about Gracegate life in 2016. When I think a bit about it, I think about some of the awesome things that happened. I think about like the move to Fiji trip, and I think about the block party, having so many people just outside from our community just dancing away and celebrating life. And it always excites me to see what God has been up to in 2016. My mind's blown because none of us even thought some of these things would happen. It's amazing to see what the Salt Performing Arts has been up to in this past year. And I guess I need to just take a moment and thank you for being a part of it. Church happens only because we're a community of people who come together with a vision, not as a church to make a point, but to actually make a difference. And I'm so encouraged to be part of a community that actually goes to exceptional lengths and heights to actually go the extra mile and make a difference, be the light in our community and in people's lives. So if you've been a part of Gracegate Life in 2016, whether you are part of the staff team, whether you're a volunteer, whether you've just been invited by someone and came to any one of our events, or whether you've just watched this on YouTube, I just want to thank you for your contribution. Some of you, your long hours, some of you, your long journeys traveled, and I want to thank you for making a difference and helping us to change people's lives. One thing I'm extremely moved by this past year, and I keep reflecting on, is the amount of boxes we always use throughout the year. We had boxes during the 300 series on Gideon. We had this gigantic, massive box during our Joyful series. We played a part in the Operation Christmas Child boxes. But one thing it always I'm thinking about currently is the box of impossibility, and how when God sort of called Gideon to go and fight against this massive big army, he saw this gigantic amount of boxes in his way, obstacles that he never ever dreamed or thought would become an actual reality. But as Gideon sort of puts his faith and trust into God, his impossibility became a possibility. There's this contentment and I guess joy, and actually like my mind's blown when I think about when we sort of just bring our impossibilities to God and we say, hey God, we just want to give you our impossibilities and we want to see what you can do with it. Today's the last day of December of 2016, and it's a time where you can either be in one camp of hey, you're already setting some New Year's resolutions and thinking about next year, or you can be in the other camp who's just like, I'll just I don't even do it anymore because, you know, the next year just rolls in and yeah, nothing ever changes. But I want us as a church family and whoever you might be watching this, I want to challenge you and encourage you to bring your sort of box of impossibility and maybe just bring it to God as we start this new year, 2017, and just say, God, you know, I'm thinking in a context of impossibility, and I want you to just take this box and actually help me to think outside of the box. Help me to show you in ways that I couldn't even dream of or see or comprehend. And I want you to just show me more possibilities. Show me in 2017, you know, the possibilities that I've been maybe holding back and I think isn't going to be a reality. Help me to just surrender that to you, to trust in you and to see how you're going to lead our lives, how you're going to lead us as a church family into achieving some great possibilities. I want to end off by just saying a prayer for everything that has happened and just asking God to actually take our boxes for 2017 and see what He's got in store. So wherever you are, I encourage you just to bow your heads and let's just converse with God about this year. So God, we thank you and we want to celebrate 2016 for everything that you've done in our lives. We thank you for the church life. We thank you for so many different programs, and I thank you for Gracegate. That is a church that isn't about trying to make a point, but we're out here to make a difference because of Jesus Christ and the difference He has made in our lives. So I pray you'll just take our boxes, our impossibilities, as we lay them into your hands, and in 2017 help us to just see the possibilities that you want for each and every one of our lives and for the things happening at Gracegate. So we pray all of this, trusting in a God who is so much bigger than anything we can even imagine or dream about or comprehend. And you're a God who thinks completely outside of the box. We celebrate you, Jesus, today.